those who are dependent on AI will lose their sense of independency. And it's basically cut and dry. That's basically it. People, I wouldn't even say people, those of you who have seen and heard about AI or who have been using ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, all of those freaking AI chat generation type of things, there is a specific cost when you always go to either DeepSeek, ChatGPT, or any of those type of AI systems. And it's always a loss of independency in terms of how you think, in terms of how you create things, etc. And I've seen a TikTok video about this. A person saying, if it's free, then that means there's a cost of something else. If you don't have to pay for it, then that means there's something else that they want from it, or something similar that you lose in the process. Like the internet, for example. Yes, we gain the ability to connect with others, and yet we're so disconnected from each other in the physical place, in the physical realm, to the point where, I'm gonna be so honest, the people after Gen Z, if they do not learn how to speak to people in this real physical reality, will not be able to know how to do so. And it's the same exact thing here, but just with a different issue. The thing with AI is the fact that it does a whole lot. And it portrays itself as knowing a whole lot when really it's just regurgitating the internet. And while, yes, not everything on the internet can be taken literally, hence why its coding is like that, you tend to have a dependency on that. Like, you create so many AI art, you create AI songs, you create, I wouldn't even say create, you rely on AI to go and do your research instead of you going out and doing your research yourself. And I even go as far as to say you prefer to Google it instead of going to see yourself. Which brings me to the main point. When you separate from that after using it for a while, you initially just will not know how to do it. Like, if you relied on AI to constantly generate artwork for you instead of you creating it yourself, when you pull back and be like, all right, I want to do this myself and see how far I can go, you won't know how to really do it for it. Like, you will, but it'll feel like it's so hard because it's like, oh my God, I just want this to do it for me. That's where dependency starts. And here's one where I had to escape that trap myself, especially for those of you who are into science and are into those scientific principles. I relied so heavily on what ChatGPT had to say about a certain scientific topic, because basically a scientific principle is constant. So I was thinking, oh, if it's constant all the way through, then that means it's credible. Meanwhile, I didn't realize how ChatGPT was really stopping me from really reaching my true potential. While yes, it was helpful, at the same exact time, it really stopped me from really going and seeing things for myself. Perfect example. Let me get my thought out real quick. First, a little breathing exercise. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out. Okay. There was a speaker design that I was working on, and Chat told me that it shouldn't be able to work. And yet when I did it, and I told Chat, hey, I made it work by doing this, all of a sudden it switched up and was like, oh yeah, it makes sense now because of this, that, and the third. You see what I'm saying? When you depend on it, it stops you from doing certain things. But Ah, screw it. You're gonna fly around here anyways. But when you do it yourself and you bring the proof, that's when it tries to make sense of it. That's when it tries to fit it into something to make sense. Because all Chat GPT is doing is just regurgitating what is already being put out into the internet. That's all these freaking AI chatbots are really doing. Like, even though there are models that gain more of that human-like intellect and more of that human-like thinking, all these AI chatbots that we are having access to right now are nothing but just public domains that are just regurgitating what's already out there in the public. And so if you want something different, if you want a different style, if you want a different flow, if you want different music, you're gonna have to do it yourself. And it's not hard work to do it yourself. It only becomes a problem when you use Chat GPT, or when you use chat so much to the point where it's basically a dependency. You always go to them for answers. You always go to them for the validation. You always go to them for something. When in actuality, you should just turn to yourself for that. And so, yeah, in the future, we're going to have a whole bunch of people who were initially using Chat GPT that are just going to be so dependent on it to the point where it's going to, I'm going to be so honest with you. AI is going to kill confidence in people that use it constantly. In moderation or in less, I'm iffy on it. I don't know. I can't say yet. We're going to have to wait until the future to see that. But right now, as of today, if you use it a lot and if you use it way too much, you're going to reach that point to where you're depending on it. You're depending on it for validation. You're depending on it for answers, and you're depending on it to always solve your problems and issues, or to always just be there. And while yes, in rare instances or sometimes, that's a good thing, in the long term, that's affecting your confidence in how you handle a situation, and how you go about a scientific discovery, and how you go about creating musical artwork, and how you go about everyday life, and how you go about literally anything. That is the danger of freaking AI right now. AI may have its benefits, but the long-term effects, especially of those who use it a lot, are gonna lead to people who feel less confident about themselves, and are gonna lead to people who truly can't do things on their own because they feel like what they're doing or what they're saying is wrong, so they want validation from a trusted source, when really you're the trusted source. One above all is the trusted source, but whoever you believe in is that trusted source. Your soul is that trusted source. When you separate from this, that's when dependency begins. But when you're connected to this, you're able to be independent. And that is really counterintuitive, for real, for real. Being with God, the one above all, our highest source, your ancestors, Buddha, Shiva, Ishnu, whoever you want to believe in. When you're connected to those type of entities and beings, you're naturally independent. Like, yes, you are dependent on them. At the same exact time, you also have way more free will to make way more mistakes, way more risks, to have way more things happen to you, for you, because you chose to do it. They don't control you, but they do help you and guide. Ooh, my voice cracked. They don't control you, but they do help you and guide you. Hello? So, that's the fact of the matter. That is where we're at in this year of 2025. We're at a turning point where if you use ChatGPT a lot, especially in its early ages, there's going to be a dependency for it. And that's why I see people in 27/7 and beyond being the public will be depending on freaking AI for literally everything and anything, unless they separate and think for themselves. So yeah, next time you Google something or next time you use AI, hold on. Yes, I am outside. There are freaking flies out here and I don't really care. Oh dang, I actually got it. But yeah, next time you use AI or even Google, just stop and really think about these words. Is this action going to lead me to depend on AI even more? Or is it just something to help me for the short term? If it's something to help you for the short term, you go search it up, but you don't go that far. You don't press on. Because the more you do, the more of a personal connection you develop, and the more of a personal relationship that you are forming with artificial intelligence, whether it's ChatGPT, Gemini, all of that, no matter if it's just one-sided in one way, it'll still lead to dependency. Confirmation. That emotional tie is what leads to dependency. So separate from the beauty of AI right now, because the cost of it is your own dependency and your own confidence. Okay? Now, as always, stay peaceful, blessed up, miracled up, and know that you are well appreciated, well taken care of by the divine and wonderful Father. Ooh, I almost got it. Hold on. And as always, stay peaceful, blessed up, miracled up, and know that you are well appreciated, well taken care of by the divine and wonderful Father, higher source of God, as well as everyone that truly and genuinely and deeply cares about you deeper than their souls. Always remember that here you are loved. We care about you here if no one else does. We do. I do. Know that no matter what, we're always here to give you that listening ear. Don't be afraid to talk to us. Don't be afraid to talk with us. We're here for you whenever you need it. Have the courage and have the faith to speak with us. We're here for you. Okay? Now come in for this hug. Yeah, come in. Now, check the lives. No one came in? Okay. It is always ooh, nah. It is always a shape you said out of you.